I'm 36, I'm gonna be 37 years old next year, and I don't wanna live like this anymore. I was telling my friend this today, and all she could say was, please don't let this be your story. Please do not let this be your story.
Tick-tock, motherfucker!
I've been dating someone pretty intensely for the last 6 weeks, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was full. We were full of conversation and laughter and friendship and all these wonderful things. But I'm also sad because it was really fun and I don't want that to stop. But it's also annoying that didn't work out and I have to go back to dating because it's really hard. But what I take away from this experience is that what I've been holding out for and what I keep holding out for is possible. I just need to find someone where pretty much everything is aligned.
That is not going to happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the desert. Today guys, we have a lot of women feeling unwanted, feeling left behind. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring napkins and cry together with them, and also laugh because it's hilarious. Also guys, just as a disclaimer, I know the audio may sound a bit weird. It's because I've been doing a spring clean around the tomb and, you know, a lot of dust and all that. So we have to clean this piece of junk. But it will be fixed for the next video. Now, without further ado, let's see these women and the consequences of their own actions.
I've been dating someone pretty intensely for the last 6 weeks, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was full. We were full of conversation and laughter and friendship and all these wonderful things. But for various reasons, we're just at different life stages and doesn't necessarily have a long-term compatibility. So I know it was the right decision for us to end it, but I'm also sad because it was really fun and I don't want that to stop.
Yeah, no, of course you don't. A translation to what she actually meant, we're at different stages in life. This guy just didn't want to commit. When men see a gem of a woman, they have no excuse. They just, you know, they commit if they want to, right? So they just don't want to commit to you. That is why they often say, well, I don't feel like I'm ready for a relationship. I don't know. I just think you deserve someone better. And all this crap, okay? All these lies that men tell are the equivalent of when women say, oh, you're a nice guy, but I just see you as a friend. They're friend zoning you. They don't want to commit to you. They just want to pump and dump you. And this is what this guy got. So let's continue.
But it's also annoying that didn't work out and I have to go back to dating because it's really hard. But what I take away from this experience,
it's really hard, guys. It's really hard to date as a woman. You just have to go on all these free meals. You have like 15 guys interested in you at all times. It's just so hard, you know, guys, to pick one, you know, meeny, miny, moo. It's so hard to do that and pick one guy out of all. Women and bad choices, am I right? Name a better duo. They have it so easy. They have it on rookie difficulty and they still fail. It's just so miserable, guys. You have to be such a big loser to to be a woman and get used by men. Everything is rigged against us. Everything is staggered against us. And these men are able to still get what they want from you for free charge.
is that what I've been holding out for and what I keep holding out for is possible.
No, it's not.
I just need to find someone where pretty much everything is aligned.
No, you won't.
And then, you know, live happily ever after, right?
No. She says, oh, at least now I know it's possible. This is what we call in the business alpha widowed. When a woman gets with a Chad and for the rest of her life, she aspires to be with him again, right? She just wants to have that feeling again. She will dismiss everybody. She will end up alone at 80, pass away alone, but she just holds on for that Chad. You know, oh, it's possible. No, it's not. Can women make a difference at all between men who just want to have a one-night stand with them and a man who wants to spend more than 10 minutes with them? Can you make a difference between those two things? Because they're not the same. You spread your legs, a lot of guys will show up. Half the town will make a beeline, all right? But when it comes to marriage, you will find out not the same amount, interestingly enough. So this is what women do, guys. They get with the chads, they spread their legs, they have their fun. Oh, it was so exciting, butterflies, spark, and all that. And then they go on to dismiss 40 men because they are not at the same level as that one chad that for some inexplicable reason decided to step down from his 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 options and sleep with a woman like this. He was probably bored on a Tuesday, right? He had no plans and he said, you know what? Let me grab the lowest hanging fruit.
But that was, he was an awesome guy to date.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Let me make something abundantly clear to you right now. My desirability will always come into question. I will always go to the headspace of wondering how lovable and fuckable I am because I grew up a fat person who felt completely undesirable my whole life. I hate to come on here in such an emotional state, but it's something that I have to just come to terms with. And feeling a lack of desirability in a world that teaches us that our desirability is the one thing we have to give has put me in such a...
No. Wait a minute. It's not the world. This is you. This is superficial, hedonistic women like you. I won't even say women. Just the selfish ones, the self-absorbed ones. You are teaching this. I mean, men, we already find you attractive, all right? Not specifically you, women in general. We are already attracted. We are wired to feel attracted to the female gender, you know? And you don't have to do a lot about it. Yeah, probably one of the main things is don't be overweight, I'll give you that. But even in your current state, there are men that will be attracted to you, right? Like all these standards that women whine about and they weep about, oh, men have such high standards. No, we don't. Take a shower every 3 days and don't be overweight are the standards for 90% of men. All right? All these beauty standards, guys, and these magazines where you have, like on page 32, love yourself no matter what. And then on page 33, you have how to lose weight so you're not a fat land whale and men actually want you. And then on page 34, you have like a double chocolate recipe. All this nonsense of incredibly high standards towards women come from women. All right? Men really, we don't care that much about looks. I mean, talk about me. I know that at some age, I'll get, old. And I won't be as attractive as now. I know that so will my potential wife or girlfriend. You know, we all age. We all lose attractiveness. And what matters to me is, yes, attractiveness is important. But I value more a woman that has more to offer than just attractiveness. You know, she has something inside her that will make me want to stay and commit. I don't want to just go for the looks, and people who just go for the looks in long-term relationships, bro, when your wife gets to a certain age, the looks will disappear, and you will be left with the witch she was all along. Instead, if you go for a woman that is maybe less attractive, but more pleasant to be around, you'll always have her personality, you know, you'll always have her loyalty, her support, and everything else that she has to offer. Looks, overrated. So now let's continue. And by the way, I'm not saying that looks don't matter at all, right? I'm not saying that. Yes, I will also go for the more attractive girl than the one who's not. But, you know, still, you have to make it about priorities. Not like the first woman who just goes for looks, and this is why she was in her 40s and single. Let's continue now.
Situations which I wish I was never in. I have made choices from the feeling of lack of desirability that I wish I could take away with every fiber of my being. I've been a version of myself that has been so small and so beaten down and ended up with people who should never have had access to me because I was always searching for the feeling of desirability. The reason why I feel so compelled to be on the internet and just to show the complexities of living in a fat body is because I would do anything in my power to make it so nobody ever had to feel this.
By the way, just my thoughts. I think this is more than just being overweight. I think this woman just has daddy issues and some mental problem that derives from her childhood that is making her, you know, desire to be accepted so much. I don't think it just has to do with looks.
It's hard enough being a woman, especially a woman that grew up in the 90s where it seemed like this was at an all-time high. Not to say that previous generations didn't get it really bad, but like, I lived through the Britney Spears era, and we were taught if you weren't fuckable, you had nothing. So desirability is something that keeps coming back into my life. It keeps rearing its ugly head, and I keep facing it and cowering over how big it feels. But instead of living in this shame of feeling like I can't tell people how much I struggle with this, it's just not working anymore. I'm 36, I'm gonna be 37 years old next year, and I don't wanna live like this anymore. I was telling my friend this today, and all she could say was, please don't let this be your story. Please do not let this be your story. And I'm trying really hard because, God, is it ever hard? Is it ever hard to do something different in the face of that fear? But I'm trying to understand that desirability isn't the only thing that's at play here. As a person, I have often felt many times over that who I am is just not someone who's worthy of love. And I don't know how, at times, to feel like I am. And maybe now is one of those moments I just don't. All I know is that I have this voice that I was given, and I have this platform somehow. And
sorry guys, I just found out Ampu has been laughing his behind off this whole time. Ampu, man, have some manners, please. This woman is struggling, you're out here laughing. Sorry about that, guys.
maybe, just maybe, in tackling this publicly, I can feel so much less alone. Because I don't want to live like this anymore. And I don't think anyone deserves to live like this. We deserve better.
Well, leave me your thoughts down below, gentlemen, but here's what I think. Even if you're overweight, if you don't have this mindset, the Britney Spears, let's say mindset, you know, the pop culture mindset that women have to be S3X objects and be desirable only because of their looks. If you don't have that mindset, even if you are overweight and you have your physique, you can still find a husband. You can still find a man who will value you for who you are deep inside. Now, that man will also be probably overweight. Don't expect him to be Brad Pitt, all right? Because we know how women feel about that. But what I'm meaning to say is what's deep inside matters way more than physique when it comes to long relationships. So you have two options here. You could have lost weight and kept your Britney Spears attitude, and you would have been the town 304. You would have been the public toilet, right? If you lost some weight, if you were, you know, focusing only on your physique, you could have had a body count in the quadruple numbers. Or what you could have done is you could have kept your physique, be overweight, but focus on not being so superficial, and you will have managed to find a husband, right? For certain, guys, for certain. So hey, make of this what you will. I mean, I think it's time for women to stop listening to Britney Spears, to stop listening to Ariana Grande and pop culture and everything is about S3X, to stop marketing themselves as objects, stop paying attention to the chads and the bad boys who just want to use them, and actually have something more to offer than a pair of melons. If they do that, they wouldn't be out here crying in their 30s, close to 40. But what do you think about that, guys? But now, guys, let's move on to our last women of the day, and then we'll have a Reddit story that is just hilarious, so stick around for that.
I had to stop in the middle of getting ready for a date because I had to make this video. I have to rant. I have to rant for a second. In this dating world, 2023, It is already difficult enough for all of us. Men, women, whoever you're out there trying to find as your person, it's already tough enough. Swipe left, swipe right. How many people are people talking to? How many dates are people going on? Blah, blah, blah. I am a person.
Alright, just gotta pause it here. I'll give you this question, guys. Who do you think it's more tough for dating? The gender who has an average of 4 matches in the month, or the gender who has an average of 140 matches per month? Which gender do you think it's harder for when it comes to dating?
Approaching 45. It's already tough enough. So I had to deal with today somebody who wants to know if I have bat wings. Bat wings. I didn't even know what bat wings were. I had to Google them.
I think I know, and I feel like you don't want to know if you don't. But let's just see if she will take it in that direction.
And when I found out, I was appalled. It's the arm stuff here? Really? Really? That's what you wanted to know before you went out with me?
Alright, now I think it had something to do with the genitalia of this woman. But you know, regardless of that, I feel like I don't want to know the end of this story. But it's important that she mentioned I'm 45. Ah, so that is why it's hard dating, because you've been postponing it for the last 30 years. Well, now I realize why. Answer to that problem: don't wait until your freaking 40s to start dating. It's a crazy idea, guys. I know, it's just these women will never think about it. Now let's move on to the article story. Went on a date with a guy from Hinge. This is hilarious. So I went on a date with a guy and his dog I met on Hinge 2 days ago. It went well and we had a great time. I didn't hear from him. This is a woman, right? I didn't hear from him the rest of the night, but I didn't think too much about it since it was getting late when we ended the date. I messaged him yesterday afternoon letting him know I had a great time and would love to go on a second date with him. He replied pretty quickly saying he would definitely like to spend time with me again. I replied with, I thought it would be a good idea if our next date was just the two of us and he didn't bring his dog. What a red flag, guys. Sorry. And he didn't bring his dog just so we could focus more on each other. It's been over 24 hours since I sent the message and haven't gotten a reply. Will I continue to wait or message him again? Maybe I scared him off. So leave me your comments down below as to why this happened, but my take, gentlemen, is that this wasn't a person, but it was actually the dog that had this Hinge profile. And the person was just a puppet, you know, the person was the dog asking his owner if he could help him with this date. But after the date, the dog found out that this woman is into bad boys. And of course, the dog is a good boy. So things just wouldn't work out. You know what I mean? But now, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Leave me your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, donate, sign a contract biting your soul to my every whim. Do all of that, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.